Hey guys, welcome to the Killian Family Homestead. Welcome to the weekend. Just got back from church and so I'm wearing a tie and too lazy to change my clothes right now. But thanks to Tyler Hooks, we're going to do a 5 and 5. Really appreciate you sending these 5 questions in, Tyler. They're really good questions, well thought out, and I'm happy to answer them. Question number 1 that I'm going to go over is, what do I do for a living? I work in the agricultural industry. I help a team of people take care of producers, farmers, and ranchers' risk management strategies here in the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Question number 2 that I'm going to go over is, have I always raised animals? The answer is yes and no. We lived in a little farm that was an extension of a bigger farm growing up, and we had cows and chickens and turkeys. Never did aquaponics. That was driven principally by Rob Bob, Backyard Farming, his aquaponics system. That inspired me to give this a try, and it's worked out pretty well. But yeah, I think since I was probably 12, I've had farm animals, and it's been a passion of mine my entire life. Okay, how much time is devoted to taking care of the homestead on a weekly basis? This was a great question, because I've never really quantified it myself. But there's a reason why at the beginning of all my videos I say, welcome to the Killian Family Homestead and welcome to the weekend. Because it truly is just Saturday morning. I don't even do anything on Sundays. I only do it Friday night a little bit if it's a bigger project, Saturday morning. From about 6:37 in the morning until about 1 p.m. or 12:30 or so. The reason being is that is when my wife goes and does some shopping, working out in the gym, picking up some things. When she comes back for lunch, she makes lunch, and that's usually my cue that I should be done with my chores and my projects. What is the trick behind making it so low maintenance? Let's talk about that for a second. The trick is automation. It's all about automation. Automatic sprinklers. There's 11. There's 11 different cycles on this property. And as you can tell, as I've told you before, the property is, I live in a cul-de-sac. I live in a suburban area that is very farm friendly. We only have 1.2 acres, but it's very sectioned off nicely. Automatic waterer. Make it easy for the kids to run out here and access the eggs, just in this egg box, just like that one. Checking the beehives is usually around a noon to 1 project. The ease of changing water and servicing this system cannot be overstated. That was one of the most important goals that I had when building this system. It takes 12 minutes from the moment I turn on the 2 hoses that go directly into that sump tank moving bed biofilter, to turning this off and flushing the water into the irrigation system and watering the different plants in outside. It takes 12 minutes, and it flushes out a ton of water and does it very efficiently. I turn it off and I move on. Feeding these fish literally takes, and I asked my son to do it, to tell you the truth. He takes a handful of this into each one of these tanks and throws it in. And he does it a couple times a day to 3 times a day to make sure that they get enough sustenance. Automatic egg turner. 3 incubators. How much does it cost to maintain this homestead? The past 3 years I've been monitoring expenses, and I've been able to pay for it if you exclude certain capital expenditures. Large expenditures, like a rototiller. You know, when you drop $400 to $800 on a rototiller, that's a big capital expenditure. But when you look at operating costs alone, you can pay for itself. Simply through Craigslist. That's the only website I use to sell these farm animals. So far, just to give you an update, so far I have made $1,678 for the year just on selling sheep and turkey poults, and a little bit of fish. I haven't advertised the fish too strongly yet. Anyways, so you can see how it doesn't cost that much once you've got things automated. I would highly suggest, if you're just getting into homesteading, that you experiment with chickens. Chickens are so easy to get, and they're also fairly easy to raise. If you're in a suburban cul-de-sac area like I am, and maybe you don't have as understanding of neighbors as I do, I would start off with 2 to 4 pullets, or turkey hens, chicken hens. Chickens are just that much easier. They're very voracious. They're very strong eaters. To get the right breed, and you're talking very good foragers as well. Turkey poults are cleaner to raise. When they're in their nursery or brooder, they don't have the strong tenacity for scratching and dumping all the debris and hay into the water and food bowls. So I like turkey poults for that reason. I would migrate that following order: chickens and turkeys. I would do a small holding such as goats or sheep. And then if you have the land and the gumption, I would do larger cattle thereafter. It's all an economy of scale. I'm a huge believer, even if you just have a little yard, to at least get 2 beehives. The bees need us. That's what I would do if I was starting off.